Good afternoon, everyone. We'll get started with our Hail, Hail, the gang's all here. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What the heck do we care? What the heck do we care? Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What the heck do we care now? Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What the heck do we care? What the heck do we care? Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What the heck do we care now? If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake, baked a cake, baked a cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. How you do, how you do, how you do? Had you dropped me a letter, I'd have hired a band, the grandest band in the land. Had you dropped me a letter, I'd have hired a band, spread the welcome mat for you. Now I don't know where you came from, 'cause I don't know where you've been. But it really doesn't matter, grab a chair and fill your bladder and dig, dig, dig right in. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake, baked a cake, baked a cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. How you do, how you do, how you do? How you do, how you do, how you do? Today we are going to do songs that tell a story. Everything I read today is from the National Geographic website, nationalgeographic.org, and the title is Storytelling and Cultural Traditions. Storytelling is as universal and as ancient as humankind. Before there was writing, there was storytelling. It occurs in every culture and from every age. It exists and existed to entertain, to inform, and to encourage cultural traditions and values. Oral storytelling is telling a story through voice and gestures. The oral tradition can take many forms, including poems, chants, rhymes, songs, and more. Not all of these stories are historically accurate or even true. Truth is less important than providing cultural cohesion. It can encompass myths, legends, fables, religion, prayers, proverbs, and instructions. Here's a couple of examples of storytelling. This is the Choctaw storytelling. Like all Native American tribes, the Choctaw have an oral storytelling tradition going back generations. Their stories were intended to preserve the tribe's history and educate the young. For example, the Choctaw oral tradition includes two creation stories. One relates to migration from the west and another to creation from a mound. In addition, the oral tradition includes history as well as life lessons or moral teachings. Many of the Choctaw traditional tales employ animal characters to teach such lessons in a humorous vein. All right, our first storytelling song is a country song. It's by Garth Brooks, and it's called The Beaches of Cheyenne. I did not grow up listening to country music, but there's a lot of storytelling songs in country that I've learned throughout the years. Packed up all his buckles, shipped his saddle to his dad. By the way the house looked, she must have took it bad. The workers came on Monday to fix the door and patch the wall. He say she just went crazy the night she got the call. He was up in Wyoming, drew a bull no man could ride. He promised her he'd come back, it turned out that he lied. Dreams that they'd been living in the California sand died right there beside him in Cheyenne. They said she just went crazy, screaming out his name. She ran out into the ocean, and to this day they claim that if you go down by the water, you'll see her footprints in the sand. 'Cause every night she walks the beaches of Cheyenne. They never found her body, just her diary by the bed. It told about the fight they'd had, words that she'd said. When he told her he was riding, she said, I would give a damn if you never come back from Cheyenne. They say she just went crazy, screaming out his name. She went out into the ocean, and to this day they claim that if you go out by the water, you see her footprints in the sand. 'Cause every night she walks the beaches of Cheyenne. Nobody can explain it, some say she's still alive. They even claim they've seen her on the shoreline late at night. So if you go down by the water, you'll see her footprints in the sand. 'Cause every night she walks the beaches of Cheyenne. 'Cause every night she walks the beaches of Cheyenne. Maybe you've heard it, maybe you haven't. Native Hawaiian storytelling. The Native Hawaiian word for storytelling is, I'm not going to say this right, mo'olelo, but it can also mean history, legend, tradition, and the like. It comes from two words, mo'o, meaning succession, and oleo, meaning language or speaking. Thus, story is the succession of language, since all stories were oral. Native Hawaiian stories included the tale of the first Hawaiian, who was born from a taro root. Other stories tell of navigation across the seas. Traditionally, Native Hawaiian storytellers who knew history and genealogy were honored members of society. Hawaiian storytelling was not limited to words alone. It included talking, but it also encompassed song, chant, and hula dance. Hawaiians valued the stories because they were not only entertaining, but they taught the next generation about behavior, values, and traditions. All right, next is Harry Chapin, Cats in the Cradle. Child arrived just the other day. Came in the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch, bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away. He was talking before I knew it, and as he grew, he'd say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. No, I'm gonna be like you. And the cat's in the cradle and a silver spoon. Little boy blue, man in the moon. When you coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, son. Know we'll have a good time then. My son turned 10 just the other day. He said, thanks for the ball, Dad, come on, let's play. Can you teach me to throw? I said, not today. Got a lot to do, he said, that's okay. He walked away, but his smile never dimmed. He said, I'm gonna be like him, yeah. No, I'm gonna be like him. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, son. No, we'll have a good time then. Came home from college just the the other day, so much like a man, I just had to say, son, I'm proud of you, can you sit for a while? He shook his head and he said with a smile, what I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow the car keys. See you later, can I have them, please? And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time then. I'm long since retired, my son's moved away. I called him up just the other day. He said, I'd like to see you if you don't mind. I'd love to, Dad, if I could find the time. You see, my new job's a hassle and the kids have no food, but it's sure nice talking to you, Dad. It's been sure nice talking to you. As I hung up the phone, it occurred to me, he'd grown up just like me. My boy was just like me. The cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. We're gonna have a good time then. West African storytelling. The peoples of sub-Saharan Africa have strong storytelling traditions. In many parts of Africa, after dinner, the village congregates around a central fire to listen to the storyteller. As in other cultures, the role of the storyteller is to entertain and educate. Long part of Western African culture are the griots, storytellers, troubadours, and counselor to kings. They perform the functions of storyteller, genealogist, historian, ambassador, and more. Some of the most famous stories from Western Africa are those of Anansi, the trickster spider. The griots were traditionally hereditary, a profession or office passed from one generation to the next. There were also griot schools where more formal training could be had. Both men and women can take up the profession, although women have somewhat lesser status. All right, here's Kenny Rogers, the gambler. Summer's evening, train bound for nowhere. I met up with a gambler, we were both too tired to speak, so we took a turn to stare out the window at the darkness. Boredom overtook us. He began to speak. He said, son, I made a life out of reading people's faces, knowing what their cards were by the way they held their eyes. And if you don't mind me saying, I can see your other faces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice. So I handed him my bottle. He drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette and asked me for a light. And the night got deathly quiet. His face lost all expression. He said, if you're gonna play the game, you gotta learn to play it right. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away, knowing what to keep. 'cause every hand's a winner, every hand's a loser, and the best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. And when he finished speaking, he turned back toward the window, crushed out his cigarette, faded off to sleep. But somewhere in the darkness, again where he broke even, in his final words I found an ace that I could keep. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fall down, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. You're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. So you gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fall down, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. We'll be sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. The Jewish people and the Passover Seder. On Passover, families of Jewish faith celebrate the exodus of the Jewish people from slavery in Egypt. The Passover celebration includes a storytelling ritual known as the Seder, or order. During a meal, the story of the Exodus is told, an oral tradition passed down through the generations to educate the young. An important part of the ceremony is 4 questions asked by the youngest children present, which are the impetus for telling the story. Excuse me. All right. Let's see here. We have Hallelujah next. Leonard Cohen. There was a secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this, the 4th, the 5th, the minor fall and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to a kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair. And from your lips she drew the hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Baby, I've been here before. I know this room and I've walked this floor. I used to live alone before I knew you. I've seen your flag on the marble arch, but love is not a victory march. It's a cold, it's a broken hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. There was a time when you let me know what's really going on below, but now you never show that to me, do you? Remember when I moved and you and the holy dove was moving too, and every breath we drew was hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Maybe there's a God above. All I've ever learned from love was how to shoot somebody who outdrew you. It's not a cry that you hear at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a cold, it's a broken hallelujah. 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 All right, Irish storytelling. The Senchai were the traditional Irish keepers of story. They would travel from village to village, reciting ancient lore and tales of wisdom. They told old myths as well as the local news and happenings. Prominent in the Irish oral tradition are tales of kings and heroes. Today, storytelling and interest in storytelling appears to be making a comeback. As one Irish storyteller put it, it's a need for connection. I think storytelling nurtures connections with people in real life. I don't know, maybe storytelling was a big part of your childhood or of your traditions in your home. And I would say it was kind of a tradition in my family, just because when we would go visit my grandmother, my mom would ask her about her life. And so in that way, I think it was really just because my mom wanted to know while she was still able to tell her. But I appreciated those stories too, which has probably influenced my decision to work here, because I love hearing all of your stories and you have lots to teach me. So I learned a lot through my storytelling situations in my life. All right, here is a little bit of a more modern one. Piano Man, Billy Joel. Saturday, the regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? Not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. Ready? Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Now we're all in the mood for a melody. You got us feeling alright. Now John at the bar is a friend of mine. He gets me my drinks for free, and he's quick with a joke or to light up your smoke. But there's some place that he'd rather be. He says, Bill, I believe this is killing me, as a smile ran away from his face. Well, I'm sure that I could be a movie star if I could get out of this place. La-di-da-di-di-da-da. La-di-di-da-da-da. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody. You got us feeling alright. Now, Paul is a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife. And he's talking with Debbie, who's still in the Navy, and probably will be for life. The waitress is practicing politics as the businessman slowly gets home. Yes, they're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. La-di-da-di-da-da. La-di-da-da-da. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody. You got us feeling alright. It's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday. The manager gives me a smile. Does he know that it's me they've been coming to see? You forget about life for a while. The piano sounds like a carnival. The microphone smells like a beer. And they sit at the bar and put bread in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here? Da-da-da-dee-dee-da-da. Da-dee-dee-da-da-da. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Now we're all in the mood for a melody. You got us feeling alright. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody. You got us feeling alright. You got us feeling alright. A little Billy Joel for you. All right. To say goodbye, we're going to finish with one of my most frequented storytelling songs. I think I sing this several times a day, but everybody knows it and everybody loves it. Show me the way to go home. Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. Had a little drink about an hour ago and it went right to my head. Wherever I may roam, on land or sea or foam, you can always hear me singing this song. Show me the way to go home. Please show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago and it went right to my head. Wherever I may roam, on land or sea or foam, you can always hear me singing this song. Show me the way to go home. I hope everybody's well. If there's anything I can do to help you, please let me know. As always, I'm here for you. I'll see you next time. Have a great afternoon, everyone.